Okay, before we hop into this, I just got my first set of invisible aligners for my teeth. And I'm still kind of adjusting. Oh god, this is really bad timing. I like had to put them in though. I mean, I guess I could take them out to film, but like I'm trying to get used to them. And I think I really just need to like talk with them in and get adjusted to them, and you know, I might have a little bit of a lisp in this video, but I don't think you guys mind. I know you love me as I am. So I'm gonna leave them in and I'm gonna try to adjust to them, because the more you talk with them, the more it gets like natural. So look how like gross these are, oh my god. But this video is going to be very exciting because it's the first fall makeup tutorial I'm doing of the year. I asked you guys on Twitter what you guys want to see, and everyone, I think like an insane amount of the poll I did was for fall makeup. 61% of you guys said you wanted a fall makeup tutorial. I'm so stoked right now. I am just ready for fall. I've had a great summer, but your girl is just ready for fall. Alright, I'm just going to hop right into it. I'm priming my skin with my Dr. Brandt Pores No More primer. It's been one of my favorites. So I'm thinking we're going to do just like a very classic fall look, kind of like mauve-y, reds, a nice burgundy lip. Oh, the best. If you guys want oil control and need like a good pore covering primer and mattification. Mattification? Is that a word? This one is really good. I'll link all the makeup down below. And I have been using this makeup setting spray I got in my last BoxyCharm from Project Beauty. I'm going to just set my primer. So I'm going to be using a good mix of drugstore and high-end makeup today, but I'm going to be using my favorite drugstore foundation, the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin. If you guys watch me, you know I love this foundation so much. It stays on super matte, but with a very natural finish. It's not very like, it's not shiny, it's not super matte, it's just very, very natural on the skin. But if you're oily, it's not gonna like make you super shiny or anything like that. And it stays on nice and long. I'm almost out, but I have my backup ready. And a lot of people ask me what color I use, and I use 25. I was just on vacation last week, so this might be a little bit light. I think we're pretty good. We'll just bronze up a little bit like we do. The other night it got nice and chilly out and it felt like a fall night, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited about this. By the end of summer and all the heat, I'm just so ready. Fall is my favorite season. I have an exciting thing coming up. I can't tell you about it yet, I don't think, but an exciting fall project that you guys will be involved in coming up soon. I'm just gonna go in now with my Shape Tape from Tarte and go ahead and highlight the face. This is a little bit too light for me, so I'm not going to use too much. It spreads really well too. This is probably my favorite concealer of the year. I'm going to try really hard not to keep laughing at myself, because I already have like a baby lisp without this, so now with it I'm like, oh, I always thought lisps were kind of cute on other people, but now I feel really self-conscious. Just be yourself, honey. Do you guys see how well that concealer spreads? So good. I'm gonna just put that on the eyelid and use it as a primer. It really brightens up underneath. I want to get another one for contouring. I've heard it's a great contouring concealer as well. We are going full fall glam today, guys. There's no stopping us today. My favorite method lately for nose contouring has just been to highlight the center, and I don't put, whenever I put contour on the sides, it just looks like a hot mess. So I lately have just been putting a little bit of concealer, like a shade lighter in the center, and it gives the illusion that it's contoured, but without all that hassle. If any of you guys are like me, my nose contour never comes out right. Ever. And I'll also just take a little bit of powder on top of that as well, and it will really make it pop. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead in now and set my concealer on my eyes before it creases with that same powder, and this should really hold our eyeshadows well. Alright, so for brows, today I'm going to use my ColourPop Honey Blonde Brow Color. I haven't used this in a while, but it's been a favorite for so long. It's like the perfect color. I love the consistency. So now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to take some of that same concealer I need to buy like a slightly darker shade because this is just way too light. And I'm going to just conceal around the brows. Really make them pop. We're going all out today. I've been using pencils on my brows for so long, I always forget the control of an angled brush. It's pretty great. What if I just leave it like this? Buff that out. Comment down below your favorite thing about fall, if you're a fall lover like me. I'm sure a lot of people are. I mean, I live in New England, and like it's just so pretty here in the fall. The foliage is amazing, and it's just cozy and gets less hot, and y'all already know I'm drinking my hint water. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the eyes while I leave my baking on underneath, so if we have any fallout, it will catch it. So I'm gonna be using a couple of palettes today. I haven't played with the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 2 yet, and it's so pretty. So we have a lot of really great browns and taupes in here. So I think I'm going to play with those in the majority, and then I'm going to take a little bit from Naked Heat, a little bit of those mauve-y reds that are classic fall, and kind of build on those as well. So let's go ahead and start with the Rainforest of the Sea. I'm going to take this kind of neutral shade here and just start that off in the crease as a transition shade. Just get a little something going. Heard really good things about this palette, so I'm excited to play with it. It's all shimmer, I think. This one looks more satiny, but most of it is shimmer, which I don't usually care for, but I think for a look like this, it's going to be really, really beautiful. So let's go ahead and take this kind of vanilla tone and just set it on the lid, just kind of as our base here. Really beautifully pigmented, and they blend out really well. Tarte never disappoints, you know. This is going to be a really beautiful highlight shade as well, so I'm going to go ahead and take some of that on the brow bone. Yep, perfect. Perfect brow bone highlight. I'm also going to pop it in the inner corner. Go ahead and highlight our eyes, make them pop. So I'm going to start off with working these brown tones into the crease one at a time, really slowly, and just really focusing on taking my time and just building that dimension. I'm going to start with a medium brown and then incorporate the darker. I'm just taking a brush that's a little bit more dense. And I'm going to bring this brown kind of into this inner corner just to kind of create a window box effect. Window box? Window. Oh my god. I'm going to take the darker shade now and just do the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and give that a blend. But now I'm going to go ahead and dip into the Naked Heat palette here. I'm going to go for some matte shades because we've used some shimmer. I really like He Devil and Cayenne. They're really beautiful fall matte shades. So what I'm going to do is just pop a little bit of this on the outer corner, and I'm going to also bring it in a little bit and blend those in together. Give that a blend. And I'm also going to pick up a little bit of Ashes here. It's this really deep plum, you know, more fall. More fall for all of us, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop this right on that outer corner of the eye and also over here. And that's going to create the window effect on the eye, and it keeps your eyes really bright. And then pick up a little bit more of He Devil and Cayenne and kind of rainbow those two together. And you can kind of see it start to come together. I'm going to go ahead and take that first little eyeshadow brush that we used, and I'm going to pick up a little bit more of a light shade. Pop it in the center. Make sure we really keep that bright in the middle. I'm going to just layer a little bit more of He Devil. And if you want, you can take like a lighter shade. I'm going to take a little bit of Sauced here and pop that right above just to kind of help it blend. I probably could have done this whole look with this palette. I don't know why I don't know why I did that. Okay, and I'm going to just blend. Make sure everything is really soft. Oh, I forgot how much I love a window eye. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and do that to the other eye. Alright, now that we have both of our eyes done, I'm going to go ahead and take some mascara. I've been loving the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Mascara here. And I'm just going to go ahead and layer some of that on the top and bottom lashes. Actually, I'm going to wait and do the bottom lashes after we clean up under our eye because we're going to add some shadow underneath as well. So let's go ahead and wipe away the baking. See that like contoured nose illusion here? Because you have that lighter here, it just darkens up the side. I love that little trick. Go ahead and powder my face. Alright, so now I just want to warm up the skin. I'm going to use my Cargo Cosmetics Picture Perfect bronzer here. I really like this. It's very subtle and natural. Because it's so warm, I feel like it works for a fall look. Just make sure you blend it really well so it doesn't look like orange patches on the skin. And I'm going to go ahead and contour with a little bit of my MAC Bone Beige Emphasize Sculpt and Shape powder here. Just use a little bit of the contour shade. This is very cool toned, so it'll help kind of balance that a little bit. And I like to take the extra step and take a little bit of my translucent powder and just kind of carve right underneath, and it will just make your cheekbones crazy beautiful, crazy sharp. We'll let that bake for a little bit. This has been one of my favorite blushes for a long time. I got it in like a box. It's from Studio Makeup. It's the Wildflower blush. I feel like it's very fall. It's just very like subtle berry color, but it's still pretty neutral, so you can wear any eye look with it. Just a little bit right above my contour. And I like to take my bronzer brush and just blend that together. I forgot to put eyebrow gel on. Oh no. Oh no. Can't have that, honey. Little Anastasia brow gel. This has grown on me. Didn't love it at first, but it's definitely grown on me. I don't know why. I'm going to use Champagne Pop for my highlighter today. I think this will be a really pretty glow for fall. Oh, because everything in fall is like gold and orange and what am I talking about? Oh, I love Champagne Pop. Champagne Pop will never get old. People watching this are like, Alex, it's been old. Put a little bit of that on the nose, lip. I feel like I just beam whenever I wear it. Okay, I'm gonna wipe this away. See that contour? Poppin'. It's poppin'. It's poppin'. And I'm going to go ahead and let that set in. So I'm going to take a little bit under my eyes just to give it a really nice sultry fall look. I'm going to take a little bit of the color called Sauced here, that little taupey warm brown. And then I'm also going to take a little bit of Cayenne and He Devil and kind of build those together. I'm just going to take a very small brush. Starting with Sauced because it's the most subtle color, just to add a very small amount under there. Just very subtle, but now I'm going to take a little bit of Cayenne and He Devil and mix those together. I'm going to keep it fairly thin under there. It's not too much product. It's definitely more than what I'm used to, but I actually really like it as a nice little change. You guys know I usually like to keep my bottom lash line pretty clean. So, switching it up. We're switching it up for all of you who don't think I switch it up on ya. Alright, now that we have some mascara on our bottom lashes, we're going to apply some falsies, of course. What else are we going to do? So, these are some of my absolute favorite lashes for a lot of reasons. They're just beautiful. I put them on Snapchat whenever I wear them. I'm like, look at my eyelashes. They're very voluminous and fluffy. They're kind of 3D looking once you have them on. They almost look like very extreme eyelash extensions, and I love that look. But another thing I love about it is you don't have to put on eyeliner to look like you have eyeliner on because it has a relatively thick black band, and I usually hate that, but these are very comfortable and it looks like you have eyeliner on and you can hide that glue really well. So I don't really talk about how to apply lashes, so I'm going to give you guys a little brief tutorial in this video. I know a lot of you guys asked me to make a video on it, but I did one kind of a long time ago. And I don't know if you guys want me to make a new one because my lash routine is pretty much the same. So I take my lashes on a tweezer and I just go ahead and do a very thin layer of glue right on the lash line here. Super thin, but enough to coat the band. Can we see it? Is it focused? So just like that. And when it's on yourself, not someone else, you can blow on it. And I just like to let my glue get nice and tacky. I usually wait about 30 seconds, sometimes even a minute. Don't let that glue totally dry, but when it's tacky, then it will stick on so much easier. It's not going to slip around, because the worst thing is when your lashes are slipping around and they fall off and it ruins your whole day. And once you feel like it is about, you know, been enough time, so the first thing that I like to do is just drop it right in the center of my lash. Because it's tacky, it will stick. So by putting it in the center, just let it fall into place, put it right in the middle. And then I take my tweezers and I go ahead and I push down the edge. So now I have the middle and the edge down. And the inner part is honestly kind of the worst. It's kind of difficult in the beginning. Just take your tweezers. And I take my fingers and kind of push together. And it takes a little while to like get them, you know, exactly where you want them. When that glue is tacky, it will really help it stay in place. Kind of press them in a little bit. Make sure your edges are staying down, because nothing is worse than in the middle of the day when your lash just kind of starts to pop off a little bit. And that's pretty much it. I kind of push together to make sure the lashes are like all the way down on the lash line. And then once it's dry, I'll take mascara. I do mascara before and after. And I just make sure everything's kind of blended together. It kind of helps the lashes form a bond. Alright, both lashes are on. So I just started loving this lipstick so much. It's from Girl Power Liquid Lipsticks. It's their matte liquid lipstick in Date Night from the Beauty Crop. That's the brand, the Beauty Crop. This is such a good liquid lipstick. The color is so pretty, so fall, and I'm going to pair it with a Gerard Cosmetics Mudslide Lip Pencil. And here we have it, the first fall makeup look of the year. How exciting. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you're excited about fall. Let me know if you want to see any more fall makeup looks down below, or what else you want to see for makeup looks, or anything in general. And again, I'll link all this makeup down below. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I switched it up for you. And I love you guys with all of my heart. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe. And I love you so much. See you soon. Bye.